Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought let's come along and have a bit of fun today making some paper bags. Now I'm going to make large paper bags. So for things like, you know, if you're selling, embellishments or anything like that, or to use for, as happy mail, things like that. So I've got here some A4 pages. They have all been coffee dyed. Now they haven't necessarily been coffee dyed on both sides. Sometimes I just coffee dye one side. So, you know, I've got a variety. Some coffee dyed, you know, double-sided, some not. So I'm going to just choose a few that I'm going to use. So I'm going to choose this one. This is from my new Pale Damask collection. These are from my Clocks collection papers. So I'll take those two, and then... oh, that one may be from that's from the Rich Damask, the original set. And then should we do a perfumey one? Yeah, let's do a perfumey one. Oh, I've actually got quite a few to choose from, and now I'm like, oh, I might have to do more than those. Right, let's limit ourselves to those, because to be honest, I'm probably being way too ambitious thinking I'm even going to use all of those, if I'm truthful. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and make these in the style of like a paper bag that you would get, you know, I don't know, maybe like in a traditional greengrocer's or something like that. A greengrocer, I'm not sure whether that's a universal term, but, you know, when I was a child, that was kind of like the fruit and veg kind of shop. So we're going to try and make them like those style bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my page and flip it over. So as you can see, coffee dyed on that side. And then I'm just going to fold it in on the back. Now, those traditional types of bags, they tend to be, or tend to have, like a central seam up the back, don't they? So that's how I'm going to do this. Oops. It doesn't have to be, you know, exactly in the centre or anything like that, but just kind of somehow like that. Okay? And then once you've got your piece of paper folded over, all you're going to do is fold up your bottom piece. That's just to make your, you know, the sealing it at the bottom, basically. So that's that. And then all I'm going to do, unfold that, mitre these so that I've got the corners cut off, you know, so as it makes a neat finish. I'm going to open it up, cut out what would be like the inside parts, if you see what I mean. So that one, and then this one here. Excuse my scissors, I was hot gluing some flowers yesterday. Excuse me, and I very stupidly used the end of my scissors to squish bits down, and now look, I've got the glue stuck all over my scissors. So that was poor planning, wasn't it? So then what you've got is obviously that bit folds up there. Now the top part of the bags, I want to also alter to have, you know, appearing looking like a bag as well. So all I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut not as mitered as this, if you see what I mean. So this was quite mitered to fold in. I don't want this end as mitered, just a little bit. So like that. And then just going to take this over to the other side so as I hopefully get it more or less, whoops, more or less even, like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is open it out like this. Obviously this seam part is going to be the reverse of the bag. So this is going to be the front of the bag. Oh, look at that. I said, oh, so as they go kind of even. That looks terrible, doesn't it? It's not really looking even at all. Oh, I'll have to just quickly cut this in slightly more. Oh, don't you just hate it when you just muck up as soon as you've started the video? Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the bag out, and I'm going to cut, not this section, not the back section, but this section here. And I'm going to use my zigzaggy scissors because, you know, paper bags, they often have a serrated kind of edge, don't they? So I'm just going to take that across like that. Okay, so what you end up with is a piece of paper looking like this. Fold it in like that, and then that one like that. Okay, so then you can obviously glue your bag down, and I know I talk about things like this all the time, but what I tend to do in scenarios like this where I want to really make sure both sides are glued is on the inner edge, I run the glue along the inside edge, and on the bit that's overlapping, I just run the glue on the outer edge. And that way, hopefully, you're going to really get your piece, you know, clamped closed, glued shut on all sides. Okay, so like that. Okay, and then here, your folded up flap, just glue that down like this. Okay, like that. Okie dokie, looking good. And then all I want to do now to kind of make it look more paper bag-ish is cut a serrated edge here. Now I need to be a bit careful because my glue is obviously still very wet, but yeah, just too much movement. I may have slightly moved the you know, the paper here, but no, that was okay. And that's it. That's all there is to making the basic bags. So I'm going to do the others. So a little bit of a sort of rerun there, and then we'll obviously decorate these up. So again, turn your piece of paper over. This one's got a little folded piece, and then literally take this piece over to, you know, to meet like that. Okay, actually I'm going to have it like that, and then fold your bottom edge up. That's how you're sealing your bag closed. That's it. And then we just snip our mitered edges here. 1, 2. Cut these pieces out, and the reason why we cut these out is just so you've got less bulk. So, you know, I mean, you don't have to cut them out, you could glue them down, but you're going to then have kind of a multiple gluing, because you're going to have to glue kind of 2 pieces of paper, and also you're going to then have, oops, slightly more bulk, you know, than you may have otherwise. Okay, then we're going to just have a look at our bag here again, and then we're just going to go in, remember, not as mitered, so sort of slightly less of a mitered corner. I'm going to try that little trick again. Maybe I will have more success this time, I'm not sure. I think what's happening is it's very small. You know, this is a very small mitered edge, so trying to use that method of taking the triangle from side to side doesn't really kind of work. So again, take my scissors and just cut down the inner edge of the bag. If you haven't got any you know, zigzag scissors, then just do it with a straight edge. You know, I'm sure that's absolutely fine too. I just thought, you know, a lot of bags do look, you know, or do have the serrated edge, don't they? So to try and make it look more bag-like or more authentic, I thought it was fun to have the serrated edge there. But, you know, I mean, I'm sure there's bags that don't have serrated edges. So, you know, don't panic if you haven't got serrated edge scissors. So just mop out the glue. And then again, glue down this bottom flap. Okie dokie. Like that. Fold that up. So my paper, in case you're wondering, its thickness is 110 GSM. So ordinarily copy paper is approximately between 70 and 80 GSM. This is 110, so it's kind of, you know, sort of 25% thicker, or 30% thicker than your regular copy paper. So again, there's your little bag. I mean, don't they just look really authentic and gorgeous? Or perhaps what else they're a bit like is, you know, like a sweet bag, a little sweetie bag. Not like those giant pick and mix bags that you get in the cinemas these days and things like that. Not those. But, you know, like the original ones that, you know, don't know about you guys, but we used to have sort of more as children. You know, they weren't sort of gusseted or anything. So, yeah, the ones these days that you tend to see like in a pick and mix shop or in the cinema, they tend to be gusseted, don't they? So that you can get obviously way more sweets in there. When we were children, I don't think they really tended to have the gussets in them. They tended to be, you know, smaller bags generally. So that's the type of thing that we're trying to make here. So again, just miter my corners. Like that. Okay. Cut my little bits there. Oops, oh my goodness. It's very hard to see your folded edge when it's coffee dyed. So yeah, just need to watch out for that. Okay. And then here at the top, remember we're doing less of a, you know, less of a miter. Like that. I mean, you know, try out different shapes, you know, try out more of a mitered kind of corner. I just feel like these don't have so much of a mitered edge. They're more kind of just slightly in, but, you know, play around and see what you think. Again, open it out. I thought this was going to be really fiddly getting into this inner part, but actually it's really not too bad. So, yeah. There we go. Like that. And again, we can obviously glue this down. So again, like I said before, I do the, you know, from the underneath piece of paper, I do the inner edge, run in some glue along the inner edge, and then on the piece of paper that's gluing over the top, I do the outer edge, like that. Okay. Oh, you have to excuse my wipe. It's got nail varnish on there from when I've just that second painted my nails before the video. Yeah, my nail varnish is probably all dabbing around and everything, but oh well. I know I've said this tons of times, but I'm sure nobody's watching to see my nails, are they? So yeah, I'm sure it doesn't really matter. Okay. Again, glue your flap down like that. Okie dokie. Squish that down on the side like that, and then again just go across your top with your zigzag edge. Now the reason why I've coffee dyed the papers is just because you're going to see the inside of the bag and I didn't want it looking white. Again, if that doesn't bother you, then, you know, leave it white. You could layer the inside, you know, cover it, you know, with some decorative paper if you prefer. But I think that the coffee dye, it kind of gives that slightly, what do you call it? Crinkly kind of feel. So it makes the paper bags feel a bit more authentic, feel a bit more vintage, because they then have a bit of a, you know, not a crackle, that's not right to say, but they just have a little bit more of a sort of texture going on with them, rather than if it's just, you know, normal printed paper, which of course feels like a brand new piece of printed paper, because that's of course what it is. So yeah, that's why I opted to coffee dye them. Now I'm just going to make this my last one, because I did have another sheet in my lap, the blue sheet from the clocks set, you know, clocks collection. But to be honest, you know, that's just unrealistic. I'm not going to get through all of these. So yeah, we'll make this the last one. Okay, and then again, whoops, squish this down. Do our slight mitering. We'll call it a slight miter, like that. Okay, oops, like that. I probably went in too far there. Just only a tiny bit, so it doesn't really matter. Open it out, do my zigzag, Oops. And these are just, you know, those cheap kind of, I mean, they're probably like kids' scissors, to be honest, I would describe them. So, you know, you don't need kind of really, you know, expensive, sophisticated, zigzaggy scissors. You know, anything will do. You know, I think you can get them for like 99p from the craft shops, can't you? So there we go. Right, again on the outer edge. You know, I mean, to be honest, you could even make these bags for, you know, people's presents or little goodie bags, even if you do like craft fairs or anything like that. Or, to be honest, you could even do these for, you know, kids' parties and stuff. I mean, obviously not make them look vintage, you know, because I'm sure that kids probably aren't appreciative of the vintage look. But, you know, you could make these bags for all sorts of things, to be honest. And, you know, they really don't take long, do they? I mean, obviously we're going to decorate them up, and that's what's going to obviously take the time here. But I mean, making the actual basic foundation bag really doesn't take too long at all. So again, just cut this down. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay, right, let's get rid of all these bits of paper. Now, I didn't know quite what to decorate them with, so I brought along a variety of things. I'll move this sheet out of the way. Now, I brought along some of my papers that I've printed smaller because I thought that might be quite nice to use them on here. So I've got here some of my tea collection papers, so I think they would be rather nice, wouldn't they? So, I mean, to be honest, that one goes really well on there. So I'm going to just, I think, tear this down. So I want to leave the edges reasonably, you know, reasonably rough. So like that. Oh, how to kill your nails. Honestly, I really need to stop doing that with the paper, you know, where you just fold it using your nails. It's terrible, terrible habit. And yeah, I'm sure it doesn't really do my nails any good. No wonder they're never growing. Okay. So, yeah, and then let's have it, say, that sort of size. Okay. So this, yeah, this is my tea collection papers, and I printed these off, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect for this, because I printed them two to a page. Yeah, that was 2 to a page. I have also got some that I've printed 4 to a page, so we might use some of those as well. How gorgeous does that look on there? So I'll just kind of layer up the things that I'm going to use on each page. Doesn't look brilliant on there. Not there. No, not that one. Let's have a look at this. No, not that one. Let's see if I've got some others that might be good. Out of the way. Oh, I've also got some of my, this is my new kind of Paris collection papers. So yeah, maybe we'll use 1 or 2 of these images because they're really pretty, aren't they? Okay, right, I'm going to go, no, I'm going to cut it down, not cut it, I'm going to tear it. Tear it down here. Okay, oops. Like that. Okie dokie. Sometimes just fun to make something really different, isn't it? And you know, these are just something, yeah, something a little bit different, to be honest. Okay. Now I have to decide which bag I want to put this on. Not sure actually. It looks quite pretty on all of them, doesn't it? So yeah, let's have it on maybe the perfume bag. We shall see. Okay. Like that. Okay. Do you like it on that one, or that one, or that one? Actually, I think maybe that one. Now this one, should we have this on here? Yeah. Okay. Not sure which or what to put on that purple one now. Didn't really kind of give it any thought what I was going to actually put with what. I just grabbed the papers and thought, oh, I've, you know, got a selection here. I didn't actually look really to see whether I had things that would actually go or not. So let's just check out again. Yeah, I've got a few. Oh, I've got quite a few actually. I knew there were quite a few here, but right, let's have a look. So we've got some bits from the Fox collection. They're not really going with that purple, are they? Okay. Oh. Or even, I wonder if I could mix it up with this. Because it's easy to just play everything safe, isn't it? But to be honest, why don't we not play things safe and totally kind of mix things up? Now, do we want to go with the brown or do we want to go with this? I think maybe the brown, actually. I was going to go with the, I don't know what colour to call that bottom colour, to be honest. But yeah, I was going to go with that. But actually, I think the brown is going to be more shocking, more unpredictable, more of a statement. So yeah, let's go with the brown. Okay. Yep. Like that. Okie dokie. Take that down there, and then here. Yep. Just do it there, like that. Okie dokie. Like that, and then oops. Right. Oh, look at my shocking tearing on this one. Wow. Just trim those bits off. Okay, right. Okay, so that's our pieces there. Now, I've also brought along, now I've buried it, some sheet music and some book page to use as a bit of kind of layering and things. So just going right back to basics here, kind of just doing some, you know, some pretty layers, I think. So do we want to have it more? Yeah, I think something like that. So let's just check this out. Hold on. Trying to get like the most sheet music in, if you see what I mean. So maybe like this, maybe like that. Oh dear, I'm not making a very good job of this, am I? Making what you call a bit of a pig's ear of this, so I might have to go down, make it slightly narrower. Yeah, okay. Otherwise I just thought, oh, I'm going to have covered up the whole of the bag. So right, okay. Now I'm going to rough the edges of this up, so I'm going to do them 2 at a time, just, you know, hopefully kind of for a bit of efficiency. So just want them looking quite rough and ready. So just put my topper pieces together. Oops, and rough them up together like that. I mean, obviously they're not really smooth anyway, because I did tear them rather than cut them, but just to give them a bit of extra, you know, extra yumminess, I thought let's rough them up as well. Right. Okay, so let's glue this down. Now I'm going to glue this not right to the edges, because I want it to be a bit, not lifting exactly, but, oops, not lifting, but, you know, not kind of really glued down all over, if you see what I mean. So glued down in the middle, obviously, but not overly glued down too much else. So let's just tear this down a bit. Okay. Hope I've done the right thing by tearing this like this. I didn't fold it. I was going to fold it and I thought no, because I'm going to make it too uniformy. So I thought tearing was the way to go. So let's hope that I've made the right decision. It's always hard to tell. There we go. So yeah, so I'm going to just take down, I think, actually I might take more down on this side. So as we've got like a wide side and a not such wide side. So something like that. Okay. Yeah. Kind of looks interesting then, doesn't it? Like that. Which I quite like. Right, for this one, just see whether we can use up some more of the sheet music. So, or perhaps we'll do this one this way round. Yeah. Okay. Oh, honestly, it's killing me to use these coffee dyed pieces as toppers, because I know I've talked about this before. I'm really like hoardy, you know, really like to hoard my coffee dyed paper. Don't know why, but obviously because it takes quite a long time, doesn't it, to actually kind of coffee dye your paper. So by the time that I have coffee dyed it, of course, then the last thing I want to do is actually use it. It's kind of like, oh no, can't bring myself to now use the paper I've now spent all that time coffee dyeing. So yeah, a bit sort of a hoarder then when it comes to my coffee dye papers. So using them, you know, gluing it down where I'm literally just wasting my efforts, because no one can even see that it's been coffee dyed on the underneath. That just, oh, it's like killing me. I'll just take these kind of weird looking corners off. There we go. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? And then I haven't got any more sheet music with me, so I'm going to just use book page for these ones. So again, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put these together and really rough these up. Oops. I mean, you can probably see I've even torn that piece quite, you know, quite significantly. I don't mind about that. I want them to look quite, you know, quite raggedy and scraggedy on the edges. So yeah, the more torn and rusticy that they look, the better. Okay, let's just pop this on here. Oops. I mean, obviously you could just sew these, to be honest. If you're just doing this kind of basic type layering, you could just stitch them. Okay, and I'll just glue the other one down and then we'll tear them, you know, tear them together kind of thing. Okay. And this is vintage, you know, book page. It's vintage sheet music, so hopefully going to have a nice vintage vibe going on these. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Let's just now. Okay. Let's see. I've made that really tiny, haven't I? Look. Oh gosh. The Lord only knows what's going on here, but yeah, it's really weird shape now. But hopefully it will look okay once it's glued down. Okay, that one, and then this one. I hope everyone's having a good day. Hopefully you are doing some crafting. I hope you're having a nice time. Share below what you're working on. Have you made paper bags and things? Do you make them perhaps, you know, at Christmas or anything like that? Or, you know, gifts for teachers or anything, or all sorts of things that these would be, you know, really lovely for. And, you know, like I said, they're really not that time consuming to make, are they? So, right, okay, let's get going. So, let's take this and, yeah. Now, I'm just wondering how I want to put this down. I've got lots of sari silk here, and it's in this ivory colour, which I just want to kind of incorporate with this. So thinking, do I have a bow around the bag like that? That's quite pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to ink this all up. So I'm going to glue it down first, I think. Actually, I should just rough this up a bit. I know I've made it, you know, quite jaggedy, obviously with the tearing, but I'm just thinking, you know, make it more sticky uppy. You know, just sort of bent so that when it's glued down, it's not completely flat. So, yeah, I don't want it being like really flat on the paper. So let's now glue this down. Now, the only thing that I would say is be a little bit careful if you're doing things like this and you're using genuine vintage paper. If it's quite brittle paper, if you're bending it around quite a lot or, you know, roughing it with your scissors, it can just then obviously tear or break, you know. Mine is kind of wanting to do that in one or two places, I think, already. So, yeah, just something to kind of be a bit aware of, really. Okay, hopefully that's on straightish. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to ink this up. Oops. Oh dear, can you see? My paper is quite brittle and getting torn quite a bit, but you know, that's fine. I don't mind that. There we go. I love the way that looks, quite vintage now. You know, sort of almost like damaged. You know, when you might find something in, you know, in an attic or something, it may be quite damaged looking, mightn't it? So let's just grab some lace. Now, this is not vintage lace. This is, you know, this isn't vintage lace, but it's crocheted lace, which I always love the appearance of crochet lace because it does always have a bit of a sort of, I don't know, I think it has quite an antique type look to it, doesn't it? Now, I've got here some antique buttons. Well, I say antique, they're probably not antique. They're vintage buttons. Yeah, I must get the terminology right and not say antique because they may well not be. Well, they're probably not. I can't remember even actually what's the definition of antique. Vintage is anything over 20 years, isn't it? I feel like anything antique is over 100 years, but to be honest, please don't quote me on that because I may well have got that completely wrong. So I might just put that down in the corner there. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Oh, button in there. Yeah, that looks quite pretty. So I'm just going to pop the lace down, just using my hot glue. And then I'm going to just pop the button on again, using the hot glue to glue that down. Okay. Now, actually, I'm thinking maybe I might even like to have three buttons popped onto there. Not one with the shank, obviously, because that's not going to really work, is it? No, it won't. What about that one? Oh, that's not brilliant. It's not brilliant. Look. Oh, come on, I must have something else in here. What about that? That's not bad, is it? So yeah, perhaps I'll have that one on there. Okay. Yeah, I think the 3 buttons looks quite cute, doesn't it? like that. And then I think, oops, what I might do is have then, yeah. Now, do I want to ruffle some sari silk up anywhere on here? Because I do love ruffling the sari silk. Maybe like going across here a little bit. At the top or down the side. I'm going to also tie it, you know, tie this sari silk around this, so I just need to be aware of that. Where do we think this would look best? Maybe up the top. So just get my sari silk and yeah, we'll just glue that down. So, and we've done this ruffling with the sari silk loads of times. Just always looks so cute. So yeah. Like that. Okay, and then just, yeah, snip that off there. Okay, now do I have some of my black bling somewhere? I'm now looking, can't see that anywhere, which that's really annoying. I definitely did have it here yesterday. Oh gosh, what have I done with that? Oh, that's so annoying. It's literally here somewhere, but I mean, if you could see my desk, it's piled high, like where my hand right is now. That's how high some of the piles are. So why it's surprising me that I can't see my black bling is beyond me, because actually it should be, of course I can't see the black bling. Like why, you know, why am I even bothering to look for it? Right, I've just found a little scrap of it laying in my little sort of it's not a travel bag, but you know, my bag that I take my craft things, like when I go to my mum's or anything, you know, if ever I go there like for the day or for, you know, for the afternoon, say, I take my little travel craft packet or craft bag. There we go. So yeah, just put that up there. I mean, it's totally wonky, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. And then the sari silk. Oops. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Oh, I don't know. Can I get that round? Is that going to be long enough? Is it? I'm not sure. Hang on, hang on. Yeah, just about. Now, where's that? Oh dear, hold on. Maybe it's not. What's going on here? Okay, so yeah, very nearly not long enough. There we go. So just put my bow on like that. And obviously that's not the best bow, because I'm a bit sort of using a very small piece of sari silk, but let's just glue that down. Just glue it on the back, because then it will stay, you know, in place. And then what I'll do is I will also just add a little dab of glue onto the bow itself. So I'll just put some here. Okay, so yeah. And that way I'm not gluing it to the page, but I'm just ensuring that the bow stays done up. So I'm going to move the card there. The glue now, it's securing the bow, but it's not glued it to the page. So yeah, cute bag. Right, that's the first one. Let's do another one, because I seem to have dilly-dallied quite a lot. Let me just do this one. Okie dokie. Right, for this one, I'm thinking perhaps we'll put a little bit of lace coming out from behind. So let's just having a look to see what lace I've got laying around. Now, I've got, Right, I'm just going to use more of that crazy. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked everything down when I was then putting my little craft bag down. Sorry. Let's just use this again. Okay. I'm thinking maybe have just hanging out at the side or something like that. Like that. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is, just before I glue any of these bits down, I don't want to obviously ink the lace necessarily, so I'm just going to ink around the bag now. Okay. Okie dokie. Just going to take this down a bit. Just try this now. Do we want it coming out the bottom? Out the side? No, I think the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to again just glue the lace down first. Like that, and then pop the topper on. Because that's what this effectively is, isn't it? It's just like a topper that we'd use, you know, on a cover. So, yeah, leave these out the way. Right. It's just actually, I'm just going to glue this with the hot glue. Only because it's obviously going over the lace. It's, you know, it's got quite a few bumpy bits to go onto. So let's just make sure it's glued down good and proper. Okay, like that. Okie dokie. And then I've got obviously bits of the lace left, which I could maybe use somewhere. Maybe like there. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? So yeah. Okay. Oops. Like that. That looks nice. And then take my sari silk. Okay. And just snip this off. Okie dokie. And oh, maybe have a little bit here. Yeah. So, right, let's just put that down there. Okay. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? It's really lovely, doesn't it? Let's just snip that off there. Right, and then, oh, got to pick up that bag again that I dropped. Oh, right. Let's hope that there's some more black bling in here, because otherwise I'm stuffed. I don't want to have to stop the video, because then it's always a bit of a nightmare trying to actually, you know, edit it, because then my, oh, I just found this in that bag. My camera starts running out, you know, my, not camera, but phone starts running out of space and things like that. So, yeah, if I can actually kind of avoid doing it in more than one video, that's better. Definitely better. Right, okay. Right, now in the absence of the black bling, got some flowers here. Oh, it's really annoying. I'm thinking that maybe down the edge looks quite cute, doesn't it? So, I mean, again, just kind of layering up and things, you know, as I'm spotting things and thinking, oh, perhaps I'll use that. you know, just getting things off the desk, getting things used up. And sometimes, you know, when you use those random things, you know, without overthinking it, that's sometimes when you get the things you're most pleased with, I find. You know, whereas sometimes I can sit there for ages planning things out and, you know, oh, what shall I use, what shall I use? And actually then not be as pleased with it as when I've just pulled in odd random stuff. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? So again, this was just laying around on the desk. Oh, I wish I could find that black bling, because to be honest, I feel like that would look so much better than this. Just having a look. Problem is, if I move anything too much, I've just a risk of everything just dropping down, and then obviously I would have to stop the video because it would be like a nightmare, a complete nightmare. Well, yeah, in the absence of the black bling, I'm going to have to just go with those flowers, I think. Just seeing, oh, hold on. You see, buried, I have these odd little offcuts. So it is always worth having a look, because, you know, the chances are going to have a little offcut somewhere. Okay. There we go. How gorgeous does that look? What a gorgeous bag. Okay, next one. Let's do this one, because if I run out of time, this one looks very, very different, doesn't it, to the other two. So again, just rough this up a little bit. Okay, let's give it some ink. Yeah, doesn't this tea image go really nicely on this paper? So yeah, I wouldn't have kind of necessarily thought to put the two together, but it looks very, very cute, doesn't it? Very cute. Okay, so I've got that. And then again, just going to pull in some lace. Now, do we want a sort of run-off lace, or do we want to do more of a, you know, little side piece like we did on the first one? So let's just see. Oh, maybe like that. So let's glue this down. Okie dokie. Okay. Oops. Like that. Okay, and then this, I'm thinking kind of ruffled up here a little bit. So again, just, you know, quick and easy to use the hot glue to do things like this. So like that. Okay, and then get my sari silk. Okie doke. Okay, and yep. Right. Yeah, definitely have a lovely ruffle down there, I think. So, yep. Okay. Okie dokie, get rid of that. Oops. Did a weird cutting thing went on there. Now I wonder if I'm going to be lucky again and manage to find some more black bling laying around somewhere. Just check whether I want to have any buttons on this. So, I mean, that one kind of goes quite nicely, doesn't it? It's a little bit on the big side, if I'm truthful, that button, but colour wise it couldn't be more perfect. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous. Whoops. Now look, where I've torn that so much, it's now like really sticking up. So yeah, just glue that down a bit, just a little bit, because otherwise it's like huge. Right, let's put that there. Okay, now let me get rid of these buttons because they're in the way. Right, let me see. Let's see if we've got any black bling just dithering around here. That would just be way too easy, wouldn't it? I have got this pearly trim. I wonder if I could use that instead. That's rather cute, isn't it? So should we do that instead? Okay, right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to put a little bead of hot glue there. Just glue this down like that. Oh, how pretty does that look? Yeah, really lovely. And then let's just see. Oops. Don't think these edges are so pretty as that other one that I used on the last one. So yeah, might not use this, but it doesn't look bad actually. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. Sorry, I'm going to have to glue that down because it's just going to get knocked off, to be honest. So much for, oh, I'm, you know, going to go for the torn look. All it did was get in the way. So, yeah. Had to then be removed. Just glue this down. Okay. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look so pretty? Absolutely love it. Just have a couple of flowers. Let me just see whether what 2 would look like rather than the row of 3. Yeah, let's just do the 2. Okay, now I have got some more of this pearly trim, so I'm not saying this is going to look good here, but oh no, it's a little bit strange, doesn't it, up there? But it was worth a try, wasn't it? You know, you never can tell. Oh, I've got a little flower here. Again, just pulling in anything that I think, oh, colour-wise, that could be a potential item for this. So, yeah, what do we think? Colour-wise, that's pretty, isn't it? It does go quite well, so let's just pop that down. Okay, and then what we have in the centre of that. I've got some little centres now. What have I done with those? They were also here yesterday. Now I can't see them either. And I've got some just plain pearly flat back pearls. Oops. This isn't the thing that I was trying to find, but in the absence of, oh my gosh, in the absence of being able to even use it, to be honest. Oh gosh. Come on, no, stop it. There we go. Oh my goodness, how pretty does this one look? Oh my gosh. Love, love, love that. That's my favourite one, I think. Right, let's do last one. So, yeah, going to try and be really quick. Oh, I think I'm pushing my luck here because I can't see the time. You know, the camera, the phone, the timer on the phone. But I'm pretty sure that I've been filming for quite a while. So I apologise now. But once I get started, I can't really help myself. So, yeah, it's hard to stop. So let's quickly ink this up like that, and then just, yeah, ink this. Okie dokie. Like that. Now, let's have a look and see what we're going to put on this one. So Oops, I've just chucked away the wipe that I was using to stick things down with. Didn't want to do that. Right, let's again pull in the lace. Just always love to use lace, to be honest. So, yep. Okay. Like that. Now, I mean, it's quite funny, isn't it? How, you know, different pieces do call for different, you know, ways to be finished off. This one, actually, I think the lace maybe looks better on the side. And it's just strange, isn't it, how that kind of occurs. So, you know, you wouldn't really have thought it would make much difference, really, but it does. So, yeah, let's glue this down. Okay, put that on there. Okay. And the lace here. Okay, so I'm going to put this down on the edge. Again, hopefully slightly ruffling it, but, you know, not to the extent that we obviously ruffle the sari silk or anything like that, but just a little bit like that. Okay. Well, that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then got the sari silk here now. I'm thinking a little ruffle going round here, round the corner. So, yep. Like that. Okay. And then, yeah, just a bit more, I think. Okay, let's just snip this one down like that. Oh my goodness, how pretty is this looking? Okay, and then now just going to just see whether we could have a little bit more. Oh, actually, hang on, not this. Why cut some more when you can then just use what you've got laying about already? So, yeah, let's use this. Okay. Oops. Oh, gosh, come on. No, I'm now sticking this up. Sticking this on upside down, I think. Am I? No, I wasn't. Oh, it's really hard to see. Probably hard to see because my pile of rubbish is like blocking out all of my natural light now. So yeah, it's probably my own fault completely why it's so hard to see now. Right, I've just got a little pot of goodies here that were here from something else that I was working on. So let's see whether we could use any of these little bits and bobs. Oh my goodness, doesn't that go brilliantly? Actually, I'm not going to have these flowers. I think maybe a couple of these instead. Oh, 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 oh. Do I want to actually kind of, you know, intentionally add green to this? Not sure. Or shall we stick? Oh, I think we'll stick with the pinks actually. Yeah. The pinks are more the way to go, actually, maybe more like that. That looks pretty, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's pop this down. Okay, and then this one. Oh my gosh. Glue that there because I suddenly realised that's not really glued. Okay, like that. Oh, do we want to have anything else? Let's just see if we can squish anything else on here because I'm now like, you know, oh well, we've started, we might as well really like, you know, make this really jam-packed full of yummy stuff, to be honest. So yeah, maybe a little flower up there. This one's like really getting cluttered, which I love, to be honest. Sometimes I just really love a cluttered look. Who am I kidding? All the time. I all the time really like the cluttered look. So yeah, I think that's kind of yeah, shame I haven't got a bow that's better colour match. Don't really want to add like another colour, do I? I'm getting a bit heavy on these little blingy bits, aren't we? Yeah, maybe I'll have to leave it where it is. Just see whether we want to have any more flowers. Oh, maybe there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Yeah, really love that. Right, let's pull in the 4 that we actually did manage to do, shall we? So, right, we have got this one. We have got this one. So, I mean, they're very, very different looking, aren't they? We've got this one. And then we've got this one. This one's my least favourite, it's got to be said. You know why? I didn't really go to town with all the blingy bits, did I? I feel now like disappointed in myself, because what was I thinking? Why did I not really kind of like, you know, put things everywhere on this? I don't know why I didn't. Oh, I've just found a brown bow. I wonder if we could now add that. Just so we've got something else, because otherwise I feel like this one's really plain. So yeah, let's put the brown bow down. Okay. Right, let me know below which one's your favourite. I have to say I'm veering between these two. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but it takes me a while to get in the swing of what I'm doing. And so, you know, the first one was not so brave. The next one, you know, and they get braver and braver as you go by. Yeah, so maybe that's kind of what's happened here. So let me know below which one's your favourite. And yeah, I hope that you feel inspired to make some of your own paper bags. They're pretty roomy, you know, inside they've got a fair amount of space in there. So, you know, they're going to hold quite a few nice, yummy things. So, yeah, really hope that you like them, and have fun if you decide to make some. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, really appreciate it if you would give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much then. Have a great day. Bye.